Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know what you're all here for. You are here to find out which horse I picked out of the 5 horses I saw on my previous video. I didn't want to keep you guys guessing too hard, so you are aware I have purchased another horse. I can't actually believe I'm saying that. I probably should not be buying more horses, but here we are. You know, this is what happens when you have adult money. You make odd purchases. I mean, this one's quite a grand scale purchase, but the other day I went to the range near where I live and I went in for coat hangers and I came out with a chicken hat for my dog and a mug in the shape of a sloth. So, again, adult money. One thing I should mention is in my previous video, I'm not sure I made it clear what exactly I was looking for in a horse. So a lot of you guys thought I wasn't going to the right yards for dressage horses, and you would be correct. I wasn't looking for a dressage horse per se. I was looking more for a liberty horse, you know. I've wanted to try Liberty for a long time. It's always fascinated me. It's always been super beautiful to watch and just something that I really love. It's about the connection of the horse and the rider, or not rider in a Liberty case, and about the partnership you can develop with a horse, which is something really beautiful to me. So I've always wanted to try Liberty, but I have very warm blood, highly strung horses, I guess you could say, and they aren't really designed for Liberty. They haven't been bred for it and they've never been taught it, so therefore it's kind of barking up the wrong tree. Like, I could give it a go, but I'm just not sure. So I wanted a Liberty horse, which is why I went to all the yards where there was more long reining, there was more trick training, I guess, for lack of a better word, and more of a Liberty vibe. And I think the niche of getting a Liberty horse took me to some very different yards. If I'd been looking for a dressage horse, we would have gone to very dressage specific yards, ones we all recognise, and I probably wouldn't have seen the other side of I want to say the treatment of the horses. That's probably the wrong word. The other side of it, like the different training methods. You know, if I was to go to dressage yards, they would probably be what we know and love, and I'm almost 100% certain that the training would be a lot more familiar to us. So what you guys saw in the last video is not representative of the entirety of Spanish riding, just more the trick performance aspect in the middle of nowhere. So it's quite a difficult brief. Liberty horse, grey, beautiful. But hey, we love a challenge, and honestly, we could not have done it without the help of our amazing contact. A lot of you guys have actually been asking me who we went to and who found us these horses. And the company, basically it's 2 ladies, and one is called Jane and one is called Jamie. And I'm not 100% sure which way round it is, if it's Jamie Spanish horses or if it's Jane Spanish horses, but I think they both have an Instagram. So I'm going to link them in the description. I'm going to link their Instagram and their YouTube, and if you guys are interested in getting a Spanish horse, I would definitely look into them. They were wonderful. They translated the Spanish for us, they located all of these horses that pretty much fit our brief, and there wasn't one bad looking horse, as you guys will have seen. So had a wonderful day. They drove us around, they've sorted everything out, and it's been seamless. So yeah, definitely check them out if you guys are interested in a Spanish horse, which you should be. But anyway, okay, I bet you're thinking, Erin, stop waffling on. And you'd be right, but I'm also trying to, you know, eke out the suspense. So the horse we went for is Anyway, no, we're not going to get into that just yet. you guys have got to watch a little bit longer. In the last video, I asked you guys to pick which was your favourite horse, and I had a very mixed reaction. However, the majority of you guys that were saying who your favourite was, it was horse number 5, which I thought was super interesting. I think you guys fell in love with horse number 5 because, number one, absolutely beautiful, but also I think because he was more familiar to what you all would expect from me. So being a dressage rider, I typically have very nice paced horses, very dressage oriented, and he was definitely by far the most dressage-y horse, which would be perfect if I wanted to show and I wanted to develop that. However, that's not quite my goal. I am not 100% interested, well, I'm not even 50% interested in taking this horse to a show. I don't really want to do dressage on it. I just want to do liberty and fun stuff and give this horse a really, really good life and have a lot of fun with the sport. Like, if you guys have been following me for a while, you'll have seen my riding story. I think it was about a year ago I posted it, where I talked about how I nearly fell out of love with horses and sort of how that came about. And this is for me to be able to maintain the love and to keep it, to vary my life with horses and to just have a lot of fun with it. So number 5 was beautiful. He actually was a lot spookier and a lot more tense than what you guys would have seen in my video. I didn't actually share that many clips from it, but he was very, very sweet. You know, if that's what I was looking for, he would have been perfect. But I think you can tell by how I'm describing it that he is not the horse I have gone for. You might then be able to draw a conclusion, but I think then a lot of people also liked horse number 4. And horse number 4 was the one that slightly broke my heart. It was quite hard to watch some of the things, other than just it felt a little bit forced. He was very sweet, but I think he just had a few problems. He was very, very strong to ride, and that was with the serrata thing that I explained in my previous video, and I explained my view on it. And he was lovely. Just I think that would be a lot of work for me. So, and I don't have the experience in the long reining he was used to. I'm not trained in liberty. That's coming. So I think that just would have been quite an uphill battle. And although I did love him and I would have loved to give him an amazing life, you can't pick them all. So the horse I went for, and this time I'm not gonna tease you, was horse number 2. Okay, hear me out. Actually, he was probably the second most loved horse on the video in your guys' opinion. But I just want to explain to you a bit about why I fell in love with this horse. He probably had the sweetest nature. No, not probably. He had the sweetest nature of the entire day. He was the only horse I sat on that didn't give me one iota of tension, stress. He didn't test me. He didn't give anything. He was delightful. He had a very light contact and was very easy to ride if that's what I wanted to do. What's funny about him is, if from a dressage point of view, he is not a good horse from a dressage point of view. He has the choppiest little trot and not the most athletic paces. But that's not the point. So I don't want you guys to think I have no idea what I'm looking at. It's all dependent on what you're looking for, and I'm not looking for dressage. So that choppy little trot, oh, love it. He just had a beautiful nature, and one that I think would be very versatile for the liberty work. He was already so chilled and so friendly and just very happy in himself, and he was very well fed and beefy. So, and not to mention, guys, is he not the most beautiful horse you'd ever seen? I mean, wow. I've never seen a mane like that. So it was more the feel. So I think what you guys can see in the camera, the one thing you guys cannot do is feel it. And from a rider perspective, the feel is the most important. I don't really care how it looks, like to a point, the feel. And that was the one horse I sat on and it clicked. I just fell for him and I loved him. So I was sold after him, which made obviously looking at all the other horses very difficult because I was already in love. However, I tried to keep an open mind because, you know, you always get your heart set on a horse and then they fail the vet, for example, or it doesn't work or whatever. So I tried to keep a very open mind, and I think my order on the day was probably horse number 2, horse number 4, and then horse number 5. So that's how I would have gone. So I probably wouldn't have picked horse number 5, even if horse number 2 hadn't passed his vet. I would have probably gone for horse number 4 and tried to take on those issues and figure it out. But yeah, so we got him vetted very, very quickly. I insisted on a 5-stage vetting plus x-rays. That's very important to me. And we have a vet we trust, so that was quite handy. And he sent loads of clips from the vetting, the trot up, the flexion test, the x-rays, etc., and kept us very well informed. So he passed the vet. The vet himself did note that he wasn't the most athletic horse, but he would be perfect as a fun horse, which is literally what I wanted. So if any of you are kind of confused at why I'd pick number 2 instead of number 5, then just remember that it's all about what you want them for and what the job is. And he had the best nature by far and was the most beautiful, so that could be very good fun for our journey together. Whereas number 5 was lovely at dressage and could have really improved. So I don't know, that's kind of the reason, and I hope you guys agree with me now you've heard my side and heard what I was really looking for. So the plan with him is he's going to stay in Spain for another month or so. He's going to be staying with a contact of ours who is actually a Liberty trainer, and he's just going to make a start in teaching him or showing him the ropes, for lack of a better term, in Liberty. And I'm going to go over, I'm going to learn with him, I'm going to create a connection with him, and then I'm going to take over the training when he comes home. But I want it all to be done properly. So I don't want him to come home and me be like, right, well, where do I start? And then just confuse the poor boy. So that's kind of the plan. His name is Buscador. He is 10 years old and he is a pre, and he is also a stallion. So he is, oh, I'm just absolutely in love with him. Like, how can you not love those ears? And that face, like, oh my goodness. So I also need your guys' help. I need to choose a stable name for him. So again, like I said, his name is Buscador, but I want a nickname. And I don't want anything too random. Like, I'm not a big fan of when the name doesn't reflect their show name. So give me your suggestions, please. Drop them below. And I hope you guys are as excited for this journey as I am. I am so happy, and I cannot wait to absolutely cover this horse in kisses and just spoil him, give him a phenomenal life, and welcome him to the madhouse, which aka my stables. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like him. I hope you respect my choice. Some of you get a little bit passionate, so if I didn't pick the horse you were hoping I did, please don't take it out on me. It's all about the connection, and I am so happy. I mean, this smile, like, oh, my cheeks hurt. And I cannot wait to get started. So please do like and subscribe to keep up with our adventures and to see how this goes. And I will see you guys next time.